most important thing to sell, I think, is memories. Selling was easy, but collecting money was very difficult. I have no manpower. I have to go down and do the job. And I see people happy, I'm so happy.
Ground zero, you rise again. Fire in your veins when the ashes bend. Every shattered story turns to glory in your skin. From ground zero.
Welcome to Ground Zero Stories podcast. I'm Adeline.
And I'm Liang.
We are the hosts for Ground Zero Stories podcast. At Ground Zero Stories, we don't interview people about success after it happens.
At Ground Zero Stories, we talk about the uncomfortable part, the season before the wins, before the applause, and before the story sounds neat. We explore the moments of doubt, decision, pressure, and perseverance, because real success is built long before it looks obvious.
Yes, that's right. So this is Ground Zero Stories brought to you by Divergent Entrepreneur Academy. This is a place where we empower individuals like yourself and organizations grow through our 4D success framework, and they are discover, dream, develop, and deliver. These are the 4D framework, and it will help individuals to unlock their potential and move ideas into action. So today in our studio, we are very privileged to be joined by famously known as Uncle Ringo, someone whose journey reflects what Ground Story Zeros want to cover. So, yes, Uncle Ringo is Mr. Lee Woon Cheong. His journey began with a simple desire to bring joy. He left a chemical trading career. He founded Uncle Ringo in 1984, turning small carnival rides into a national icon. After COVID nearly ended everything and also a life-threatening surgery, he rebuilt with resilience, reinventing Funfairs alongside with his daughter and proving that life is indeed worth fighting for. Liang, did you grow up with Uncle Ringo? As in,
Uncle Ringo was founded before I was born. So yes, I grew up with. Yeah, I grew up.
Got it.
You're so young.
You cannot tell. Yes, but for me, right, I always look forward to around Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very excited when I see them erecting all the fun fairs, right?
Yes.
The merry-go-round rides. And I always pray that my parents will have money to bring me there. Yeah, so bring us back to that ground zero where one day you wake up, you decided to sell happiness. How did it all started?
Oh, I started the business in 1984 when my wife was expecting. And then I tried to think how to bring happiness to my new baby. Yeah, because I know in the business world, it was very tough. When I was in the chemical business, I have so much step to chase. Selling was easy, but collecting money was very difficult and very stressful. So I was trying to recall what kind of business that can bring happiness to the new generation. Yeah. Then I go back to my memory lane. So when I was young, I remember my father brought me to circus. I was so happy, but only once. I still remember circus. Then during my secondary school days, I studied in Victoria Secondary School. So for the first 3 years, every day for 5 days, I have to walk through the World Amusement Park. So in the afternoon, walk through, and then evening 6 o'clock, I got to walk back, from Serangoon Road, cut through the amusement park and to Jalan Besar Road. That stretch while I was in the World Amusement Park after school, after 6 p.m., I saw how the families were having a good time there. So, and I was very amazed. And the last 2 years, secondary 2 and the 3 years, I also participate and join my friend to play in the bumper car and play on the soccer tables. So I remember those days was really what we call happiness.
But But was making money at the top of your mind when you started this business?
No, I don't think so. I was just I have made some money during my chemicals business time, so I think making money is not important because we don't need a lot of money. So I just pump in some money and started this business.
Uncle, it sounds pretty much like Uncle Ringo was born out of the love of a father and bringing
Yeah.
joy to kids and other families. Yeah, and it's I think we our generation can resonate. Looking forward to going the fun fairs and so much excitement when we see the tentages being erected in the neighborhood or the central area. But how do you think that the kids have grown up and evolved through the 80s, 90s, and now 2020s? How have the kids and the behavioral habits been like?
Kids depends. They come from what kind of families. In my family, my father, we have eight children, but I was the one always cling to my father. So I always got all the good deal. Going to the market, go to the dinner. I also, my father brought me a few times to this Great World Amusement Park, where we attended the wedding dinner. So before the dinner started, I with some friends, we went to the amusement park and play first. Yeah, so we remember those days. Then my other sibling, they are not so active like me. I was, in a way, a black sheep of the family. And you see, some family I met some friends also. They don't have childhood. When I asked them, how was your childhood, they cannot recall anything. Where got money to play? Where got money? Everything is only play, catch spider, play marble, that kind of thing. Yeah. Which we also have. I have tried those things as well. But amusement park, playing in amusement park really bring you good memories, especially when you were playing with your parents. Then you can remember how your parents treat you. That's why I always advise my friends. Hey, bring your children to overseas to theme park, shoot some video, take some photo. In future, it will be very valuable.
Memories.
Yeah, memories, I say. Now the most important thing to sell, I think, is memories.
Yeah, so I think building fun and building memories, living memories. So how do you then? I mean, you have been in the business for so many years, right? How do you think that the youths are reacting to fun fairs?
Now, because there are so many kind of entertainment, most of them spend a lot of time on the mobile phone, which I also spend a lot of time on the phone. But you learn a lot of things from the phone. But for youth, I think it's not very healthy, because I've seen some youth, they really cling to the computer or the phone. They neglected their family, Then it's not good for their health, also the eyesight. A lot now you see all the youngster. Young kids, very young, they have to wear spectacles already, And the problem with the phone thing, I think many parents also know, and the computer, when it's like addicted to it. So I think funfair business is evergreen. That's why for me, it's a passion. Because I spend so much time. All my investment is all on the aeroplane, on the train, on the Ferrari, but all just for fun.
It seemed like you only do this funfair business in the last 50 over years. Did you?
40 over
40
years.
over
Yeah.
years. Did you try anything else?
I never. I think that's why I got some friend at early stage. They asked me to invest in property. A few of my friends invest property. Very interesting, but I don't find any meaning in that kind of business because I find it too slow. So I love to see families happy together. That was the secret of my business, which I very hard to explain to people.
The purpose and mission. I think it's beyond.
When
beyond
I told
just
my
a
friends, I
business.
say, when I see people happy, I'm so happy. They say, you sell, making money is more important. Because when I was young, my parents also always quarrel, too many children. So I find happiness is very important. Even though I was very close with my father, but we never really show expression of happiness. Because last time people don't show feelings so easily. Yeah.
Yes. I resonate with that.
So in your early days, fulfill your purpose that people
Yeah.
are happy,
Yeah.
and you are also happy because money is also coming in.
Sometimes you look easy and you love passion, but really when you get into it, then you know what, the water is so deep.
Tell us more.
Yeah. So when I started, the first problem I have is manpower. You know. Then when school holiday, luckily I still got some schoolboys are holiday. They still help me. After school holidays, school started. I have no manpower. Yeah, I have to go down and do the job. I went down and do it myself. Now, and then when I was young, was still healthy. I can lift up the inflatable by myself. But now after getting old, I realized I already damaged my spine. Yeah. So when you were young, you doesn't know you can stretch all the way. Yeah. But it was also a good experience. But there was so many obstacles. Manpower and also all weekend burnt because festival also burnt.
Yeah.
So I realized my young daughter every year they go out with my wife for holiday. I cannot join them. Yeah, because they always go out during December to Indonesia. I cannot join them because I say no choice. Big event I got to be there. Especially the organizer tell me, Uncle Ringo, you must be around.
bringing joy to other people's family.
Correct, yeah.
Do you have I mean in their growing up, do you hear a lot of resentment from the especially the younger daughter?
Yeah. My daughter, when she was young, always she visited my funfair. She enjoyed so, especially during her secondary school. She always bring her friends. She got a lot of friends. She was from St. Nicholas School. So a lot of the St. Nicholas girls always come with her to the funfair. So they were also having good time.
Nice.
So when she grew up, she did help me. So until when I faced obstacle 15 years ago, the government have new regulation, a lot of documentation, a lot of, So I asked her to if she want to join me or not. Because at that time she was having a very good job. And then she said, Papa, your business is small business. She was working in corporate, big corporate. So I said, no choice. If you don't help me, I think I have to close down the company because too stressful for me to do it. So finally, she decided she joined me. Yeah.
So did she kind of pivot the businesses into
Yeah,
other directions?
definitely. She helped me a lot because documentation and a lot of things she helped. But I still did all the tough job, but she did all the easier job. But finally, I can see also very stressful for her because she have to learn from scratch.
What are the tough jobs?
Tough job, if I'm not wrong, she also went down to help the
So you
operation.
mean the labor part, the setting
Yeah,
up, or was
yeah.
it to find more customers, find more rights?
Handling customer, I think handling customer. But she don't complain too much for me, but I know there was a lot of problems.
She probably inherited the resilience and the perseverance from you. Never give up.
I believe so.
Yes.
So I think we heard that there was the government regulations and the need for documentations, as well as the changing needs and wants from the younger kids. What other times that in particular that you felt that there was a very down and low point in your career ownership journey?
For me, all the time was very good because even recession, when really very bad recession, families still bring the children out to have a good time.
Parents still want their kids to be happy.
So, but we were not making big money, so we make less money, but we still have business until we got hit by SARS. Totally 6 months no business. Then we felt the pain, and then the worst one was the COVID time. 2 years. COVID was the worst because COVID 2020, my business was so big, and my biggest mistake was I never invest in property, so I rented 3 big warehouse, and the warehouse cost me so much money. For me, money was no problem because every week, every month we have events. So sometimes, and we operate a lot in the night markets, and it's always cash. We got a lot of cash. And for 2 years, no events. no revenue, and then so much bill to pay. Yeah. That was the first time I got hit so bad. We don't know. It's like going to be the end of the world. Yeah. And then until my daughter say, "Hey, might as well give up.
Yeah.
No point because we cannot keep on paying so much money every month."
But you still don't give up.
Yes. Yeah, you're still here?
I told my daughter how to give up. We got so much equipment. I got, even you dump into the sea, you still going to cost you a lot of money.
What kept you going? What kept you going?
I was thinking it's going to open. I've been to SARS time. We already learned a lesson. We thought the government will open up, but they still don't open up. But then still, we later stage when I still go out with friends and we still meet and talk, but on the outside we still okay, everything's still fine. But inside we were very stressed. I was very stressed until 1 year after the COVID, I felt my chest so stressed.
Yeah.
Then I realized,
I think that's really why we want to do this Ground Zero story series, whereby people look at us from the outside and all look so nice and pretty and glorious,
Yes.
But these are often stories that are untold and not shared, and all the sob story, all the heartaches, that the entrepreneurs go through, and we want people to come in with their eyes open.
Yeah, the hard decisions you have to make. But really, I'm in awe and amazed how you, despite the health scare, you still don't give up. Then what was your family response?
The reason why after my surgery, I still continue because during the pandemic time, we also took loan from banks. We took a lot of loan from bank just to roll. So I don't want my daughter to bear, to solve the problem. So I have to be around. But then after pandemic, still the economy is not good. Still slow. The business still very slow.
Yeah, recovery was slow.
Yeah. And then business slow, never mind. We found revenue going down, but expenses going up. Warehouses, rental going up, and then manpower also going up 50%. So it's another very tough journey to go ahead. Yeah.
So how much are you involved in the business? You probably handed over to your daughter already, right? How are you involved? Like 10%, 20%?
Yeah, maybe about 20-30%.
Just to support.
I still stick around because some of the business, my old friends, old relation, connection, they still give us the business. But also recently we faced some competition. There are new player in the market because now you can buy amusement right from what they call Manpower, very cheap. It's from China. The equipment so cheap, so easy entry nowadays. So there are few new entrepreneur coming in, and then in doing business in Singapore is always on tender, especially the government. So and then the tender, they always look at the lowest price.
One of the factors.
Yeah, one of the factor. So, but then all those years when we started, we supported many events. We took many risks, and we did also lost a lot of money working with somebody on a new event. We believe their story, and then when we move in everything, we cannot see the crowd, and we lose money. But we don't cry because we make some money, we lose some money, So finally, we don't make a lot of money. But then now this day, after 40 years, our brand is very strong. We should be making a lot of money. But then when it comes to this kind of situation, still very hard to make money. Yeah.
You're mainly staying in the business to support your daughter.
Yeah.
So it also sounds like both of you have a very good, close father-daughter relationship. Does she confide with you her problems, her struggles in the business, or she doesn't want you to be worried?
I think so. She don't want me to be worried so much. But I know I can see there's still a lot of problem. Yeah. For me, I also take it easy because I also don't want to stress so much. Sometimes we lose the job, we don't fight. Just give way. What for we go fight? You see, a lot of people think Uncle Ringo is only in the night market in Singapore business, but truly we have been around many parts of the world. We have done job in Malaysia, and our big job, we have done very big job in China.
So what is one value? Sounds like your daughter really take after you, the strength, the independence. What is one value or one trait that you think she is very much like you, or she model after you, that make her or shape her who she is?
We are very passionate in amusement business. We find fun make people happy. You see? Yeah. So I think she's also very passionate in this business. But I told her, if we go on like that with new competition, we will face big problem. But then my 40 years in this business, I've done so many events. I think more than easily 2,000 events. And then every event there is a story. And also for some event there is also relationship. Those during my first 20 years, I got received so much, what we call the plug from plug.
Yes.
Plastic, those, what do you call it, plug?
Plug,
Yes,
awards
plug,
lah.
plug and
Yes.
awards.
Until my office no place to hide. And I received so much testimony.
Yes.
So I always told my friend, hey, this is a damn good business though. They pay you, after you do a good job, they still say thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Wow.
So I really enjoy the business because the customer was also very genuine. They have a good time. They see all their visitors were laughing and happy. So they give us a good testimony. But now these days, you do a job, they never say anything. Yeah.
Liang, I don't know whether you notice or not, when Uncle Ringo, he recounted all of this.
Yeah.
Do you see the spark in her eyes?
He's still smiling.
the
There's no one
genuine-
moment that
Yeah.
I recall that I don't see him smiling.
Yeah, he's
No lah,
so
I think
positive.
it come natural. No.
He's always about
Yes.
bringing happiness and joy to people other than, his eyes always sparkle when he speak of his daughter Joyce, especially.
I feel so blessed that at least I kind of like grow up in that era. But the children today, they are I don't. If I say Uncle Ringo to my daughter, it probably doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So the business kind of like pivoted out of Singapore because of the challenges.
Yeah, that's right. Because Singapore was too strict, and then when I did carnival in China, we were like celebrity, Yeah, because we really delivered to them. Good job. And I also got
More plugs.
more plugs from China. Yeah, we in Singapore, not many people know. We brought in the UK Funfair, very big carnival, and then one shipload of equipment. We did in several places like Woodland, Bishan, Jurong East, Yishun, Bukit Timah. Very big carnival, occupying maybe 1 hectare of space, with roller coaster, 35-meter high Ferris wheel. Those days we really make some money, yeah. And then we really smiling every day.
More sparkle in the eyes.
So, but then with those money I make, I never invest in anything else. I still invest back into the amusement equipment, yeah. But when during the pandemic time, in order to save rental space, we scrap away a few big rides, which when we bought was very expensive. Yeah. But we were thinking no point keeping the rights when we can't use it because of the government regulation. They need a lot of documents. So we were thinking bringing the rights to other country to use it. But we kept that for a few years, so we finally scrapped a few rights. And it was very hard pain also.
This, I think, is like cutting loss when you still can further damages.
Yeah, correct.
So was COVID really the biggest and the major crisis in your 40 years of business?
Yeah, definitely. My 40 years of business, I think my life is I just what call service provider, but providing happiness. I hardly have holidays, during festivals, but my holidays only when people are working. School examination, I was very free. But when it come to festival and weekend, I was always burned. I was so used to working all year around. So when pandemic, COVID, one whole year you don't have event to do, you don't know what to do. No? Yeah, so stressful and go back every day night watching the TV and eating potato chips.
That's stressful for you.
That's the most stressful.
You see, I was right to say that entrepreneurs have a certain trait called itchy backside.
Itchy backside syndrome.
Cannot sit
Must
still.
do something.
Cannot sit still, yeah.
Yeah, not used to the boredom.
Yeah.
So you see, you have this business for 40 years, and I mean, it's like 2-3 generations of kids becoming adults, bring their kids back again. I think you've seen through a lot of revolution, evolution, change in needs and wants, did a lot of adaptations. So I'm hearing that, you are saying that right now you want to bring the fun to people outside of Singapore. Maybe you can share with us.
No, we have brought the fun out of Singapore. We have been in China a few times, and then the very big event in China. And Uncle Ringo, we also received a Golden Pony Awards from this Europe, because I think it was in 2003. 2003, I flew to Italy to collect the plaque, because we brought in more than 100 Europeans to operate the carnivals here. For a whole year.
Great job.
When they went home, I think some of them have mentioned to this academic that in Singapore there's this guy, he's really big entrepreneur, big showman. So they came over, they flew over, they interviewed me, and then they told me to collect attend the gala, dinner to collect the plaque. So it was so grand. But then I kept it by myself. My friends was telling me, why don't you show this to our government? I said, what for? You think our government bother? They don't care, because you don't bring value to the country, You bring value to, my business is what they call traveling. We don't station at one place. Actually, for amusement business in Singapore, I try to build a park if I can. Bring back the what they call heritage, the Great World Amusement Park. Yeah, when during 2010, I think this MediaCorp Raintree they did a movie with one producer called, I think, Kelvin Tong. The title of the show, it was Great World. It was a great world, something like that. But the whole show was about the heritage Great World Amusement Park story. So we supply them those hardware, those games and rights. And then when the movie was launched, we were invited to build a replica of the Great World Amusement Park. So we did it at Sengkang in
near the MRT, right?
Yeah, no, but opposite the Compass Point Shopping Center.
Yes, I remember.
If you go to YouTube, you go to Uncle Ringo Great World Amusement Park, you can see the piece of video. So we try to bring back the what they call the feeling of attending the old
Great
amusement
World,
park.
yes.
Yeah, nostalgia. So the first thing, we were also wanting to promote three-tier generation. First thing, they walk through the gate, you can see the big arch of the Great World Amusement Park. So let's say if Akong come in, they were first thing Akong will feel, tua sei gai, dai sei gai, that kind of feeling, because they can remember when they visited the park during in the 50 or 60. Yeah. So inside the whole amusement park, the event, the music was all 60. The Beatles, the Elvis Presley, and then all the Chinese song, Cha Cha Hambo, give the feeling. And a lot of things, we try to replicate the whole thing for 1 month during Chinese New Year time. It was very successful. And then the opening was launched by, I think, 5VIP. By the time there was Deputy Prime Minister Teo Chin Yen, Mr. Teo Chin Yen, and Mr. Amam Magat, and Gan Tempo, and Charles Chong, a few MP. So they love it because they know Uncle Ringo. I was the only one who can do it.
Growing up.
Because I was the only one that have the bumper car and then the big carousel and that kind of thing. The most interesting thing was to make it more real. We have this one corner we call, I think what's called joget or those days. I think your generation you will know the visitor buy the tickets, and then there was a stretch of a fleet of women sitting there, and then you can choose the lady you like and you can dance with her.
No, I never seen it. Before my time.
I think people above 60
they will know.
Not yet.
No, you can dance, but you cannot touch her. No, just joking. I think what is the word for it? Malay they call it lengkong or I don't know what. So dance.
Wow. So all the men queue up.
No. That was the real entertainment for the men beside the amusement park. So we did one corner, that place. I can talk or not? I don't know.
Can. Yes.
Okay.
No censor.
So the few I just now mentioned the few VIP was also dancing.
Oh, okay,
So they
okay.
we were feeding. After finish, we went for coffee in another room. They call the room we call what is it? I cannot remember the name. It's a nightclub lah. We make it design a nightclub. So inside, it's on the table. We sitting. We were talking. So one of my schoolmate the also member of parliament, Mr. Teo Selak. So he was there. He was telling me, Ringo, why you bring such an old lady for us? You should bring something more interesting lah. Dancing must be happy, So we were talking. So I was telling him, hey, come on.
Who want to?
When I was interviewed by the boss, my boss said, Uncle Ringo, you want to do this, you must do it original.
This is the true flavor.
I said, you must do sui.
This is the original
I
cast.
can do it. I said, I'm going to bring back the World Amusement Park sui. So then I say, that's what I did. I'm a gentleman. Sui means sui. So I went and start looking for this dancer, those who were dancing in the Great World those days. And when they were dancing there, they were only 18 years old. But now they are 68 years old. so all of them were laughing. So, we are all human. We need time to,
Yes.
cannot be so strict all the time. You see. So they were laughing. That's what we call entertainment.
You can make
Entertain.
a replica, they cannot turn back time.
So we entertain people to make people happy. You see, when you can make a great VIP happy, I tell you this, what they call a great job lah. So those VIP very hard to make them laugh and be happy.
Yeah, inside a room, I think they can. They
Yeah,
can let their hair down.
That's right.
I think it's a great idea to have this kind of 3G kind of three generation kind of interaction.
Yeah.
Whereby letting the grandchildren see how their parents.
No,
or
that's
even
why
their
I said
grandparents-
my passion. I also announced I want to find a place to start this Great World Amusement Park. My objective was so that the older generation can come and enjoy also, and then they can really have one final round of
Bring
happiness
back,
before
yes.
they leave this world. So that was what I've been trying to do lah. Because I can do it because I've been there. I know how to make it, to bring back the real feeling. You bring back the old music, you already win 50%. You make the rides look old, and then everything look old. Even the dress, we can do it lah.
But dancers look young.
So amusement is amusement. Merry-go-round, you just go round and round. So no big deal lah. We can do that. So that was my dream to do it. Yeah,
Is it going to happen?
I think maybe possible, because during my surgery, I actually, I don't know. I thought I was already gone now, because at one time I could not breathe after the operation. I thought, die. Where's the nurse? I thought, finally the nurse came. What happened? I said, I cannot breathe. So finally, I was thinking, hey, how come I still can be around? So I was thinking, then one of my friends saying, you must have something that you
Need to do.
your job not finished done.
Yes.
Well, you must make some. You must make you have what they call. 你的
Unfulfilled.
工作还没做好
Unfulfilled mission.
Yes.
means so I think one 工作没做好 is I want to build a Great World Amusement Park. Really to bring back generation so that the Akong and the now I'm also Akong so the grandchildren can Akong can explain to the grandchildren, and the grandchildren can understand the history of Singapore.
Yes.
Wow. And then the final thing is to build the relationship, what called three-tier generation relationship together.
Yes. Not just looking at the phone, right?
Yeah, because happiness, when everybody is happy, everything can be settled.
When the rapport is
Yeah,
there.
when everybody is very strict, there's no communication. That's why another thing I came up this year, because Uncle Ringo now we have face competition. So I told my daughter, we must sell better value to the customer. Better value in a way is intangible value. That means we cannot say we are going to bring in bigger rides or better rides. We can sell them our experience, bring back memories, and then promote. We have been working with Singapore Kindness Movement for many years, the kindness thing, and then also we have been promoting peace and love before on a smaller scale, but we want to go full swing and do it because we find happiness, kindness, now come peace and love. they are very important value to the family, to the world as well. Look at our world now, so messy. Nobody talk about peace. And the guy who talk about peace is just bullshit and talk, but no action. If no peace, seriously, the situation will get worse. One mistake, we are going to be very bad situation. Yeah. And love is also very important. Now you see, look at the divorce rate in the world now. Little problem, they want to divorce. Nobody talk. And then how the younger generation, how the younger children, even they suffer if all these things, all this war happening now. Look at the younger children. Some of the children, they don't even have the chance to have a good childhood. Yeah, those things you think back is somebody must do something to do it. If nobody do it, let Uncle Ringo try it.
Nice.
So inspiring.
No, like always everything start with an idea,
Yes.
a dream, and then the next thing is let's do it.
It's really inspiring because the younger generation, of course, you are much younger. You also have a big and bold
Yeah.
dream,
Yeah.
and you think that your runway is still very long. You can slowly try out. But really, what amazed me and inspired me is Uncle Ringo, despite his age and experience and what he has gone through, he's still very passionate
That's why-
about other people, putting other people needs.
I think everything you start with ideas, then you must talk with your friend, get a dream, and then you must really do it.
Correct,
No.
execute it.
When
yes.
during my days, I want to bring the biggest funfair in Singapore. I was thinking how to bring it because money is so hard earned. It takes so long. So when I went to England, I saw this funfair. I start talking to them. You want to come to Singapore, and then just from an idea, slowly it grows up, and then we really make it happen. We did the biggest funfair in Singapore. Until now, I don't see there any biggest funfair around. So you must what we call whatever you want to do must be also calculated, possible or not. You cannot do it. Find somebody, collaborate with the giants, and do it. Yeah.
Very wise.
I think what we keep hearing is, love, fun, and I think this fuels Uncle Ringo's mission and his purpose in doing what he do, and that's what keeps him going and going and going despite so many ups and downs he faced in the 40 years. Yeah, from the small love in his own family to the bigger love to the Singaporeans and people beyond our shores. I think
If I were to bring back to time, if you ask Joyce, your daughter, to help you in the business, and the answer she gave you is no,
Yeah.
will Uncle Ringo still be around today?
Won't be around. Yeah, maybe smaller scale. Yeah. So the same thing. We have done 40 years of happiness. We have done it now.
Yes.
Everybody know Uncle Ringo sell happiness. And then happiness is very easy to sell. Now I find somebody buy some amusement machine, they can say they also sell happiness. So kindness is interesting because we have Singapore Kindness Movement. They did a good job. They already make Singapore so popular for our kindness movement.
Right.
So the next big thing is peace. Nobody talk about peace. I think Singapore should be a country that can promote peace talk and then love. I think I still find these four pillars they are very interesting. Finally, I think I still have a few more years to go. Why not and open it up? Anybody want to cooperate with Uncle Ringo? Let's do it.
I think this is another big takeaway from Uncle Ringo, having friends and network that supported during the tough times, as well as helping go overseas. And then now again, you mentioned about if you can't do it, then we collaborate, and now calling out again for collaboration.
But collaboration, I think in business, collaboration is very difficult. I try to collaborate because business, you have this what you call profit. Money is involved.
Not everyone is just
not everyone is
fun.
very open.
Yeah.
Every businessman, most of them, they are very selfish. They think, hey, I have this, you don't have. Why I should cooperate with you?
Right.
I want to use you, but I don't want you to use me. That kind of feeling. Even on the open, yes. But when after you cooperate, you find there's a lot of what they call different ideas. That is also a barrier. Yeah. But if you promote something that is general, like kindness, peace, love, you don't make money out of it. You really promote from your inner passion. So yeah, and then if we start a platform, come in, don't just talk, do it. Yeah. So I was with Lions Club for 15 years. I see the Lions Club, some of the clubs, they really the members they really go all the way to every week. They do volunteer work. They do promote. The charity. So I love to go and help them as well. But then I saw in like Chinese say, 自身难保. We have, where I got to solve my own problem first before I come back. Yeah.
Yeah, don't spread yourself so thin.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we hear you, the appeal. So anyone interested to collaborate with Uncle Ringo to fulfill the dream for fellow Singaporeans, happiness, kindness,
Peace.
love,
Peace and
peace.
love.
Yes.
Yeah, I know
Peace and love.
it's very easy. I believe we can make it. You know why? Because I got a big ship. I can kick off with the carnivores. We don't just talk. We really make it happen. I got a big ship. Anybody who want to do it, just jump in and do it sincerely. I think why not? And then at the same time, while doing what you can contribute back to the community, and then you also be part of the happiness.
Many people have very big ships, Uncle Ringo.
Yeah.
But not many people have very big hearts like you. So we are so blessed and privileged.
Not many have many big shit to share.
And then you are willing to share. Yes.
Yeah, so today we are privileged to have Uncle Ringo bringing fun to the studio as well as fun to Singaporeans for the past 40 years and counting. So for viewers out there, if you have a certain entrepreneur that you would like to have us feature, do share with us on our email.
With that, thank you so much, Uncle Ringo. We look forward to you replicating the next happiness for all of us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Finally, the fun never ends.
Yay! The fun never ends. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.